All right, so now the task is to get get a counting variable to print on the screen when I click on the screen. Okay, and how can we do that? Well, we need to have some method of writing on the screen, and if we go ahead and look in the documentation, you look through it and you're going to eventually find this function called write, and you could use that to use the turtle to write on the screen. So this is how we do it. We say turtle name and then dot write, and I'll just go ahead and copy this. Actually, I'll come back over here, and yeah, we're gonna have to have the turtle, so it's gonna be turtle dot write, and maybe here I could say hello world. So the first argument to write is what the turtle is going to print. The second argument, I believe, causes the turtle not to move as he's writing. Yeah, I think that's right. And then the this third argument is to align center. So make sure that the writing that's happening keeps the turtle in the center of the screen. And I think there's also a third argument. Yeah, it's this one right here. I mean, a fourth argument, which specifies which font and which size to use. So if we do comma and we do that, so now we can set the font to Arial. We could set the size to a bigger size. Maybe we could do size 30 point font. And yeah, so now this is going to cause hello world to be printed above the turtle T. But you can see here that our turtle T is underlined red, which means that it doesn't exist here in the click function definition. Right? So now we have a problem. Now what is the problem? It's that the function that we run on the click doesn't allow us to add arguments, right? It doesn't allow us to add arguments, and because it doesn't allow us to do that, what's the only other solution? The only other solution is to take our turtle and our screen and make them global, right? And so now this is a very good reason for why we should make our turtle global. And why? It's because in this program, we want to manipulate the turtle using the click method, and the click method does not allow us to take in any arguments like a t. Okay, it only has the built-in x and y, which show you where on the screen the mouse click was made. Okay, so now we have that. We could say global t, and of course another way that we could do this is we could make the turtle inside of the function definition click as well. Okay, so yeah, there's always more than one way to get something done. And so let's go ahead and just make it global, and let's see if this actually works. So again, the click method is their function is not going to run until I click on the screen. That's what the on-screen click does, and it waits and listens for me. So now let me click on the screen, and it says hello world. Okay. It also draws this line, which is a little bit annoying. So maybe before I do that, I could do t.pen up. Or maybe I could do the pen up right in here in main. So I could do global t, and I could do a t.pen up here. Okay. And maybe I could also do a t.hide turtle as well, because I don't want to see it. I just want to see the writing that's on the screen. Ooh, so if I hide the turtle, it actually hides the text. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should hide the turtle here after I finish writing on the screen. Let's see if that works. No, that's not working. Okay, so maybe we could just not hide the turtle. And oh, okay, so the pen up is what's causing that problem. So maybe if we pen up after we write, or maybe if we t.hide turtle after we write. Let's run that. No, that's not working either. Now it's not writing at all. So what's going on here? We're doing the turtle, we're writing. We run this, and it's not writing. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta click on the screen. Okay, there we go. So let me go ahead and do all that stuff again. It's that I wasn't clicking on the screen. So let me do a t dot hide turtle and a t dot, yeah, let's do a hide turtle. We'll run it. No, so it doesn't write. And, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. Okay, so I need to click on the screen. So let's run this, click on the screen, it does that. Okay, so it doesn't get rid of that line, but it does get rid of the turtle. And so I believe, yeah, that's what the true is for. The true makes it so that the turtle moves as he's writing. Okay, so maybe I could turn that to false, and then I won't get that line. No, there we go. All right, and now I could even increase the size of what is printed to 130, and now it makes it big. Okay, so hello world. And maybe that's a little bit too big for me. So let's do 100. And now what I want to write on the screen is not hello world, but I want to print out 1 on the first click. Then I want to print out 2 on the second click. Then I want to print 3 on the third click, right? I want to print out the number of times I've clicked on the screen. And so how can I do that? Well, of course, I want to create a counting variable, right? And now the question is where do I want to create that counting variable? Do I want to create it in main? Do I want to create it in click? Do I want to create it globally? Now notice here, what if I did create it here in click, right? And I said count is equal to 0, and then I went ahead and printed out count here, right? So I did str, and I convert the count variable from an integer into a string. Well, what's going to happen is that every time I click on the screen, it's going to set count equal to 0, right? So I don't know if you can hear it, but I am clicking, and it keeps on printing 0. Okay, so no, I don't want to create the count variable in click. Now I'm going to go ahead and create it here in main. Well, that causes problems too, because now I can't see it here in click. So in order to get this done, what we need to do is create the count variable, make him global, and then inside the click, after we go ahead and print out the count, maybe we could do it before, because I want count to be equal to 1 on the first click. So I'm going to do global t and also global count. And before I print it on the screen, I'm going to increase count by 1. So on the first click, count's going to be equal to 1. Second click, count's going to equal to 2, and so on. So let's go ahead and try running this. Click, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll notice here that we have a problem because they pancake over each other, right? And so what we need to do is we need to clean up what was written previously. So how can we do that? Well, before we write our new text, what you can do is say T, and anything that T created or wrote on the screen, we're going to clear it before writing the new text. Okay, so we could do that. Click, click, click. So now it clears it before it writes it again. Okay, and so that's how we can get a number to be printed on the screen based on how many clicks they clicked on the screen.